Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Mr. Adi Bet. In today's video, I'm going to put you guys through the process of how you can predict halftime betting strategy. And sometimes there are some strategies that you can use, but many people are not really aware of its accuracy. There are some strategies that has a very good high accuracy, but one common thing about people is that we always follow what is very common. For example, the double chance over 1.5. And actually, I don't say that over 1.5 is not one of the best strategies currently, because this particular ticket consists of just over 1.5, and it is amazing and coming out so well. So that's it. Over 1.5 happens to be one of the trending and accurate strategy of recent, because currently the leagues are coming to end, and most of the teams, most especially the teams that are relegating, the teams that are fighting for uh, the league championship. So many teams like that are trying to put more of their effort into games. So predicting the double chance for now, I think it is out of it. So what you can just predict for now is to predict goals. Most times points and goals is very common and crucial at this very stage. So we'll be discussing about halftime, over or under, in this particular video, but I'll be going for mostly the halftime prediction for football, and I'm just going to make a brief explanation about halftime on basketball in this particular video. If you guys are seeing this particular thing on your screen, it is only consists of just halftime over in football. So how do you predict halftime over in football? First, I'm going to explain some halftime market under the football market for you guys, and I'm going to explain why you need halftime strategy for your basketball also. So this particular game consists of, I think, probably close to 30 games. And one thing I noticed about halftime in football is that when you are predicting halftime in football and you made your prediction correctly, if you notice this very well, sometimes you can get up to like 1.40, 1.30 something, depending on the probability of the games, or sometimes what the bookmakers think. For example, when it comes to this particular odd that you guys are saying, which is 1.39 and 1.42, probably the bookmakers think, maybe they were thinking that, okay, the chance of this game coming out as first half over 0.5 will not be too high like that, and will be kind of low. But actually that's not it. It is based on stats, and sometimes bookmaker can use odd to deceive. And also, I would like to let you know that this particular game that you guys are saying, had this been that I predicted it halftime under 2.5, I think it would have come out so well also, because the outcome of the game ended up in over 0.5 first half, and first half under 2.5. So if you predict it first half over 0.5, you won; under, you won. So that's it. But one thing about it is that there are some steps that you need to follow when predicting football first half over. Now, one thing that we people don't know is that halftime offers us a very high odds and high opportunity of winning big. But the only thing there is just that there's nothing good that doesn't come with the bad side of it. The bad side of the halftime is that when you predict halftime over 0.5, sometimes when you predict full match of over 0.5, the game might end up 0-0. Talk less of predicting halftime. So there is a limited time for the game. That is the disadvantage of halftime over 0.5. But trust me, with enormous amount of game or little amount of game, you are going to quickly get to at least your desired big odds. For example, this particular game, I edited the one you saw earlier, which the potential winning happens to be 1 million naira. I edited it, and with just 15 or 16 games, yes, 16 games, I was able to get my desired odds of potential winning of 40,000 naira. That is the magic of first half over 0.5. When you make use of the right strategy, and you are going to make it with it. So another one that I would like to move on to before we go to the process of this particular strategy is the basketball halftime. We all know that basketball surely we usually get big odds for straight winning, for over points, different markets in basketball. But the only problem we are always facing in basketball is the lack of consistency. Yes, lack of consistency. But one thing, before I move on further, I would like to inform you guys about my YouTube membership, and I don't know this. For example, this particular ticket now, I dropped it inside um in our YouTube membership. This particular ticket, it is there, but people are not ready to join and have it. I don't know why. So if you want to join our YouTube membership, you can join it. We have different level, and if you let me just show you guys, to access most of these amazing betting tips and code most times or strategy, what you just need to do is to search for the name of this particular channel on YouTube, and it is going to bring out at least one of our latest video or current video on top. So anywhere you see this particular image and the name, just click on it. So when you click on it, it is going to bring out the page, as you guys can see it on the screen. So it's going to bring out everything, the subscribe button and the join button. So this is the join button that you guys just need to click on and follow the process. So we have different offers there. So that's how you can be accessing most of this particular code. Some people were asking me that in the last video, they were dropping it in the comment that how are they going to access the code. I explained to them how you are going to do. So it is very simple. Just click on the join, and it's going to bring all the information that you want to have about each of the package. We have the basic level, we have the advanced level, we have the gold level, and we have the diamond level. So it depends on which one that you want. We will have different uh so for example, now the ticket I showed you earlier, I dropped it for all members, even though it's supposed to be meant for some certain members. So if you want to be start having our daily 10 odds, it start from joining our good level, our daily 10 odds, and for our diamond level, we have some masterclass tutorial. Actually, that one was holding on Telegram before we started our partnership with our YouTube membership. So with masterclass, whereby I'll be teaching you some special strategies that we think there happens to be a special strategy based on their accuracy, and also we'll be dropping 20 odds and above. For example, in the last ticket I dropped for all members happens to be 6,000 odds and 390 something odds. That one is for over 1.5 goals. I'm going to show you the ticket, the same games, different strategies. That's how it works. So now it's very simple. Please guys, if you want to access our code, you can join our membership. So back to business. Now let us get into basketball over. So the first thing about basketball over is that their odds are amazing. Basketball over and under strategy. The market is very amazing. So let me show you one of the games that is currently going on. And one thing about basketball is that in football sometimes you'll be seeing 1.09, 1.02, 1.0. No, in basketball, the smallest odds that you can find in basketball, most especially on Sportybet, is 1.18, 1.12, 1.15. I don't think you can ever see 1.09 in basketball. And if you check most of the markets, the odds in this particular game, I don't think this particular game is up to 12. It's not up to 12, and the odd for each market there are 1.60, 1.40, and all like that. The one that just came out, I think they played it midnight, this midnight. As you guys can see, 1.70 odd with just one game. I have some people that they are only interested in having this 1.60, 1.70 odd, just one game. They are high stakers, yes. So that's just it about basketball, and most of them like this basketball very much. But everything has their own advantages and their disadvantages. One of the disadvantage of basketball that I know is lack of consistency. But surely, if you want to pick just one game, you can make. In fact, high stakers, betting is not only about using staking or odds alone. It's about money management too. So high stakers, they like single games when it comes to basketball. So that's just it. Now let us move on to this tutorial process of how you can try and predict first half over 0.5 goals. Please, I want you guys to make a very good attention to this. So I'm just going to drop the basic aspect of it, and if you want to access the advanced aspect, you can join our masterclass on our YouTube membership. Join us and start predicting your own game too. At least 31, 32, 29, 25 games first half over 0.5, and surely you are getting your 1000 odds. Simple. So now let's go. So I'm going to pick a particular match here, and I'm going to show you something that you can consider as predicting your first half over 0.5 goal. So when it comes to football halftime over 0.5, it is in two ways. Yes, it is in two ways. The first way, if you make use of it, surely your games will come out well. But the games that your analysis will be meeting will be around 1.19, 1.20, 1.15, 1.14. Let me show you an example of one of it. Example of the first strategy I'm talking about, which I will also refer to as the basic strategy of the first half over 0.5. So it is this. So this particular match between Orpheum and versus Leipzig, I'm going to show you the strategy of the basic. That is what I'm showing in this video. But the strategy applied to this two is the advanced strategy that you guys can access in our masterclass tutorial group on our YouTube membership. Just click on the join that I showed you earlier. Now, the one that I'm going to talk about is this particular one. It's very simple and simple process. Now let's go to the yesterday game, and let's see. Let me show you something about it. I'm going to my live score app now, and to show you guys the process of how you can at least make use of that one too. But for the advancement, in order to get big odds, most times, or let me say every time, it covers both the basic and the advanced level. And I'm going to show you guys in our masterclass group. Please don't be late. We are dropping odds and people are not having it. It's not good now. So shout out to Mr. Biologic. I don't know, Mr. Biologic. He's one of our members on YouTube membership. Now let's go to our live score the app, and let's do the analysis on the match between Orpheum and Leipzig. So now this is the yesterday game they played. The match between Orpheum and Leipzig under the Bundesliga league. So don't forget, the first thing that you need to do if you want to do your analysis. But for now, let me just quickly make an example of this, and we are going to go and we'll be going for the analysis of a new one as an example. So I just want to clear you guys about the basic aspect of this and validation of it. Now this is their head-to-head that shows their last 5 games with other teams and their last 5 games with each other for both home and away. So for home team, when we are checking about their last 5 games, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 games here. And for me, if I want to do my analysis, I always focus on last 5 games, because going for the last 10 games, going for last, because betting is not always 100% accurate. When you are winning betting, though we have two types of sports gambling, betting. For there are some strategies that are based on purely luck and chance. Those games are casino, roulette, and all those ones like that. But when it comes to knowledge and luck, you have to combine the two together. They are sports betting. Yes, when it comes to sport betting, you have to apply knowledge to it. Now let us apply our knowledge to it, and let us hope for chance and luck in win. That is just it. The knowledge is only meant to aid the outcome and probability of winning the game. So that's just it. So please guys, no strategy is always 100% accurate, but we are trying to apply knowledge to increase our chance. So when you are staking, make sure that you stake responsibly. Now we have 5 games here, and what you just need to do is that I always apply the percentage method. Are you getting it? The percentage method. And what is the percentage method? In all what you do, you apply 80%. At least you must have 80% of outcome. 80% outcome of what you want to predict on the game. For example, I want to predict first half over 0.5 goals in a game, and the last 5 games for the home team, away team, and each other, you couldn't find at least 80% of their outcome ending up as first half over 0.5. Please, bro, run away. But when you're applying the advanced strategy on it, you don't need to run away on those kind of games. That will be an opportunity for you, because the bookmakers are going to offer a very big odds on that. Now let's go. So the match between Bochum and Offiam for the home team, the last match before this particular current one. The first half ended up in 2-0. Yeah, okay, we have our 10% already. So checking on this particular game that ended up in 4-3. In the first half, the game ended up in 1-1. Okay. So in the game between Mainz and Offiam, in the first half, the game ended up in 0-1. Okay. So we have our 30. We have our 60% already. So in the match between Offiam and Augsburg, the match ended up in first half 2-0. That's fantastic. So we already have 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? When you are predicting your first half over 0.5, always make sure that 80% of the last 5 games ended up in the first half over 0.5, and already we achieved that for the home team. I don't care if the last one, which is the fifth, came out or not, but let us check. If it also came out as first half over 0.5, I think that is a bonus for us. Now let us check the match between Offiam and Bayern Leverkusen. Let us check. Fantabulous. The match also ended up in as first half over 0.5. So in this particular game, in the start of the home team, we have 100% first half over 0.5 in the last 5 games. Now let us move on to a away team, and let's see if we are going to be having the same thing there. So when it comes to Leipzig too, in the last 5 games, one thing about bookmakers is that when they do the analysis, that those are the things that they always consider in the allocation of odds, and that is the reason why some odds are always small. So let us start from checking the last 5 games of the away team, which happens to be Leipzig. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So their fifth match was with Mainz, and we are going to check everything right now and see if the game, most of their games ended up as first half over 0.5 goals. So now let's check the match between Leipzig and Dortmund, and let's see their first half game. So wow, that's fantastic. In the first half game of Leipzig and Dortmund, their first half ended up as 2-1. The first half outcome 2-1. Okay, let us check the next one. Okay, the first half ended up in 0-1. That's fantastic. So the third match with Wolfsburg, the first half ended up as 1-0. Okay. So another one with Freiburg, the first half ended up as 0-3. That's fantastic. 0-3. So we have the last game, which happens to be the fifth game to analyze. The first half ended up in 0-0. Don't forget what I told you guys, that the first half of your game must always be ending up as over 80%. For the home team we had 100%. Okay, that one is perfect. And for this away team, which happens to be Leipzig, we had 80% of their last 5 games ending up as first half over 0.5 goals. Okay, the analysis is currently meeting the process now. So the final chapter that you need to look into is their head to head, like together, the match they had together, their last 5 games. So we are going to check the last 5 games now. The first one, I'm seeing here that the game ended up as 3-1. The first half ended up as 1-1. Okay, so checking the next one, the first half ended up as 1-0. Checking the next one, the first half, the game ended up as 3-1, but the first half ended up as 2-0. So checking the fourth game, which will conclude that probably maybe if we are going to predict this particular game as first half as 0.5, the game ended up as 0-1 at first half. So the fifth one, even if you don't want to check it again, you don't care, but let us check it. So we have perfect 100% first half over 0.5 for this particular game, for this particular start of the head to head, because the first half of this particular game ended up as a 3-0. 3-0. So we have a perfect prediction for this particular game as first half over 0.5. And checking the real game, like the outcome of the game, at 38 minutes, the game ended up as first half over 0.5. I'm sure there would have been so many efforts before the game actually came out so well. So that's fantastic about it. Now let us just move on to a fresh a fresh game that they haven't played, because I just use this one for validation of how the basic strategy works. Validation of it. At least you must have 80% for the home team, 80% for the away team, and you must have 80% for their head to head. Now, please, if you are watching this video, please pay very good close attention to how it works very well, and don't apply emotions to your prediction. When you realize that a particular game is not meeting your analysis, that is what we call discipline. Avoid it. When a game is not meeting your analysis, avoid it. So now, in the prediction of one of my tickets, I predicted a Premier League match as first half over 0.5, and I'm going to check if the prediction was actually right. And let us go for it now. Please pay very good close attention, and I believe you guys are really understanding it. Please, and if you have any question concerning this particular strategy, it's really working out so well. If you have any question concerning it, just drop your comment in the just drop the question in the comment section. Now, one thing I want you guys to notice is that this is just the basic, and you can use it in getting easy 1.19 odd, 1.18 odd, 1.20 odd. But for the advanced tutorial we are offering on our YouTube membership, you can join us to have the advanced method of predicting 1.49 odd for first half over 0.5. That is a very good way to beat the bookmakers. Now, under the Premier League match, we are going to analyze the match between Manchester City and Wolves, and let's see if their stats meet the prediction of first half over 0.5. But please, I always want you guys to note something again and again and again. Even though you are seeing some of my tickets marking green, winning, betting is not always 100%, please. But we only have a high chance of probably maybe 95% of its outcome coming well. But the 5% of the uncertainty in it can make the games to turn in other way around. So that is why you must always engage in responsible gambling. Please don't apply frustration when you are predicting games, please. Now, let us do the analysis of Manchester City and Wolves, and let's see how their start is. So don't forget what I told you guys. The last 5 games of the home team, away team, and the last 5 games they had with each other are what we'll be looking into now. Now let us check. 80% of their last 5 games must have ended up as first half over 0.5 goals, and for their head to head, that means the match they had together, they must have 80%. And how will you easily know the 80% and the 100%, the 60%, the 40%? It's very simple. We are analyzing 5 games, the last 5 games. Just attribute 20% to each of the match. For example, uh if out of the last 5 games, 2 games came out as first half over 0.5, just attribute 20% to one match. And by having 2 games, 20% in 2 places means 40%. So 20% in 5 places, it means 100%. So that's is very simple and fast, and you can use the normal way of our mathematical method. But once you quickly get what you want, it's just simple. Now let us quickly check what you want to know. And so the match between Nottingham Forest and Manchester City, the first half ended up as 0-1. Okay, let's make it quick. So Brighton, Man City, the first half ended up in 0-3. So we already have 40% of their last 5 games outcome as first half over 0.5. So the match between Chelsea and Man City and Chelsea, the first half ended up in 0-0. Okay, so match between Real Madrid and Manchester City, first half 0-1. And the Manchester City versus Luton, the first half ended up as 1-0. Now let us move on to the away team. For the home team, we are at 80% of first half over 0.5, and we are moving on to the away team now. That is Wolves. Now let's check the last 5 games. So the match between Wolves and Luton, we had first half over 0.5, and the match between Wolves and Bournemouth, we had first half 0-1. So Wolves versus Arsenal, the first half of it, we had 0-1 again, first half over 0.5. And the Nottingham Forest Wolves, we had first half 1-1. And the last game, which is Wolves versus West Ham, we had first half 1-0. Good. We have 100% of the last 5 games as first half over 0.5. For both home and away, we our analysis made the requirement, because for the home team we had 80% of their last 5 games ending up as first half over 0.5, and for the away team, the last 5 games ended up as first half 100% first half over 0.5. Now the final chapter of it is to check their head to head, that is their previous games they had together. So in the last game here, the match ended up as 2-1, and the first half ended up as a 1-0. So another one here, the match ended up as 3-0, but the first half ended up as 1-0. So another match here ended up as 0-3, and the first half ended up as 0-2. So the first game here ended up as 1-5 in the total match, and the first half was 1-3. And the last prediction here, the last match here, the match ended up as 1-0, but unfortunately the first half ended up as 0-0. But at least in their last 5 previous games with each other, we are able to get 80% of their last 5 games as first half over 0.5. So for the home team we had 80%, for the away team we had 100%, and for their head to head, that means the match they've had with each other, we had 80%, and it all meet the requirement, at least if not perfectly but partially, and that's why it is qualified to be predicted as first half over 0.5. Now let us check the market for Man City Wolf first half over 0.5. Now, as you guys are seeing it on the screen, this is the market for the first half over 0.5 of the match between Man City and Wolves. You know, this is the basic method, just the basic method. Actually, you can also apply it on the advanced, but there's a particular way you can quickly make use of it, because the bookmakers too, they have their own reason of attributing very big odds on game. So you just be like, you use a strategy and you are seeing big goals and you apply it, and it will be like, are these people using charm? How did they know that this particular game will definitely cut, and they attribute big odds to it? There are ways of them doing their in-depth analysis. There is a way they always contact the teams to get more information about what will happen. So this Man City match and Wolf, we predicted is our first half over 0.5. So guys, thanks for watching. These are their best predicts. If you want to join us on our YouTube membership, please just click on the join button beside the subscribe button that you guys are seeing under this particular video. Please just join us and access our codes. I'm just dropping codes here. Nobody's not just few people are having access to it. Please just come and be accessing our codes there. So thanks for watching. See you guys in our next video. Please drop your comments if you have any question, and don't forget to like our video and share. Thanks for watching. Bye.